Almost everyone in Houston will admit that in the building of the Intercontinental Airport there have been mistakes and things that shouldn't have happened and goofs. The question is, can Dallas and Fort Worth, in building our regional airport, learn from Houston's mistakes? At least one official thinks so. We talked to City Councilman Frank Mancuso in his office, and here is his advice.
Well, my first advice would certainly be to visit cities that have built new airports lately, like we did here. We visited cities and asked their advice on what to do and what not to do, mostly what not to do. And secondly, my advice would be also to consider your bids when you get them, because the low bid is not always the best bid. In this particular case, in the city of Houston, the low bid was $1 million lower than the second bidder. And obviously, he was in trouble from the start. So,
Houston Intercontinental Airport was designed to be the best airport in the world. It may still be, but we'll have to wait until it's finished to find out. This is Phil Reynolds, Channel 8 News in Houston.
As far as the department is concerned, we're carrying out the intent of the law in both instances. There are some of the Texas counties in which there are large producers who are receiving very large payments. And according to Congressman Finley, these are some of the counties that have not elected to come under either the food stamp program or the program for the direct distribution of commodities to families. There are 104 of these counties in Texas that have not put in any kind of a family feeding program. And I appreciate the question, because I would like to urge that these counties give consideration to joining in this family feeding program.
The signals at Keys Boulevard and Sunnyvale Road, just recently installed, were put on flash for a few days after the installation. This has been common practice in Dallas, to let them flash for a few days so that the regular drivers can get accustomed to the fact that they're there. I think if you'll go out there, you'll find that they're on colors and will be from now on.
About 1957, they made inquiry of city officials as to the potential flood problems in the area. They were informed that once in 43 years, the level of water had risen to as high as above 1 inch, equivalent of would be 1 inch of standing water in the factory. Since that time, they've had 3 floods out there, one of 1 inch, as promised, one of 2 inches, and now this last one of 2 feet. And the problem seems to be getting more severe and more frequent. And at this time, the water came within a few inches of getting into the main wood processing factory out there, which would have accounted for considerable more